Hey, Money, why you waiting outside? Man, we got the rent paid for like 3 more days.
It's too quiet in there. It gives me the creeps.
Did you see that Virtuoso place down on
Shh. We haven't started the conference yet.
It's a little late to be keeping secrets.
Well, paid for the soundproofing. Might as well use it. This conference is now in session. Let us confer.
And what's on today's agenda?
What's always first? Stop sucking at this business.
That's what I was trying to tell you in the hall.
What?
That we don't suck. It's this new studio, Virtuoso with a Z. That's why we're not getting any traction. They're practically giving this service away. It's a fucking 10-city chain.
Wait, who would set up a chain and give the service away?
People looking to put us out of business. You remember that VC Lance Bailey in Boston? I think he rolled on our NDA.
Just because it was our idea doesn't mean it can't be someone else's too.
Look at their logo and their web copy.
What? That's our fucking logo! Lance and fucking Bailey. He stole that right from our own goddamn pitch deck.
Virtuoso filed corporate paperwork like 3 days after we pitched. We gotta fight.
Trademark don't mean anything unless you got the money to defend it. And Everett and Grogan, it would take $20K, $30K to get started, and
But it was a non-disclosure agreement, and he disclosed. You really think it'd take like 20K to connect the dots? He's on the fucking Virtuoso board.
More like 100K, but by the time they're done, look, Lance and Bailey, fuck, he was so weird.
Man, there's no way we're gonna catch up to a 10-city head start. We gotta pivot and pray, man. What do you think of my idea? It covers all of your bases. Basic biological needs, so it's recession-proof. Appeals to people with means. Little to no competition. It's scalable. It's real life, no digital. It matters.
Yeah, but it means we gotta be here in 5, 10, 20 years.
No sellout and no good exit strategy.
So we're not .com billionaires in 2 years. But it has real life to it, man. It matters.
Yeah, but even if we do bank millions, we still gotta be here long term or make sure someone is. And oh, you forgot number 6. No fraud, no empty promises.
6 is a given. Neither one of us is gonna get any sleep at night knowing we're running a dark side operation. But we are burning daylight and we're not making any money. And I'll be damned if I go back to making those vanity iPhone apps. We should be able to get some investment capital and then we can franchise the shit out of it.
Or the big dogs can run over us like Bailey just did with the insert stage.
Well, what else are we gonna do? I'd make for a shitty barista.
I'm just saying, your idea puts us in the exact same place. No patent, no copyright, no IP, and there's no coding involved, and a lot of legalities, and
A virtual studio wasn't in our wheelhouse. Yeah, here we are.
exactly, here we are. We just had to let go 4 loyal and hardworking employees, and in 3 days, we gotta vacate this lovely little space.
Okay, how about we test it? 1 ad. We pull it as soon as we get a customer. If it works, we run with it. If not,
We have a day, maybe 2, before we have to post our resumes. Maybe with a catchy name, a QR code, a lot of referrals and word of mouth.
we had a name a minute ago. Exit strategies.
Better be good news, Alex.
It is good news. We got a client.
Well, hey, that's great. That's great. Tell me about him.
And there's some bad news.
Just once, can we get just plain old, unadulterated good news?
What's the bad news?
The client, Lansing Bailey.
Mr. Bailey, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Sam, our CFO.
Oh. Chief Financial Officer. Chief of, how many subordinates?
Well, it's just the two of us, Mr. Bailey, but sole financial officer is more accurate, but if I say SFO, people think I'm flying to San Francisco.
Hey, I appreciate candor.
We're a bespoke service, Mr. Bailey. You're our first client. You're our only client.
Call me Lance. You know, I got my start as an engineer. I tend to like things solid, tested, planned. Now, I know you entrepreneurs are more fond of pivot and pray, but I prefer research, adapt, plan, test, adjust, retest, deploy, scale.
RAPTARDS? Raptors, is that published? Guy Kawasaki, maybe.
No, it's just engineering and also my way of life. As for life, I have 11.6 years left. And so statistically, your young startup's not going to be around when I need it.
True. Also true of Amazon and Apple when they first started.
We charge a modest fee, and then actual expenses come along later, and then we'll get a fair bonus after everything from your state if we've done everything correctly.
Who decides? I mean, it's not like I'll have a say. My kids would have a conflict of interest, same as you.
We're working with escrow attorneys.
We are, yes. Everett and Grogan, for one.
Any unearned fees will revert back to the estate.
Sounds fair. The main thing I want you to manage is my greatest fear, dementia. My mother had it, my father had it, half my cousins have it, and I don't want my kids to remember me some undead corpse who never had a coherent thought.
Mr. Bailey, we're not researchers. We're not going to find a cure.
Oh, I'm not looking for a cure. I'm looking for what they used to call a second. Someone who makes sure I die honorably while I'm still myself. Now, of course, there's the other half of the equation.
What's that?
Stuff. My stuff. I just closed on the sale of my late mother's house. It took me more than a year to sort through and sell everything. I was working days, nights, weekends. I felt like I was back on the treadmill. I can't do that to my kids. I mean, all her stuff, including the stuff that she had from her parents and my father's parents, they just stored it, right? And I was reticent about hiring someone to do it because amid all the kitsch, there are a few heirlooms.
We can do that. Scan everything. Run it by the kids, an appraiser, poll them in a ranked choice voting to see who wants what.
We can. Excuse me, we can.
Both parts. Downsizing and getting rid of things. I know it's going to be messy, but it's definitely manageable.
We'll develop channels, appraisers, economies of scale, and make it work like a machine so we don't have to reinvent the wheel with every passing.
First part can be done one of two ways, depending upon your budget. But you can have both.
Both.
Plan A. Plan the activities and expeditions, partially as preventative medicine, keeping you active, challenging your mind and all that. And if symptoms start,
Verified by a doctor, of course.
we plan more and more risky and strenuous excursions.
Until I come back in a box. That's excellent. Well, you'd go with me on these excursions? Huh?
Yes, or an expert guide.
All right. Plan B?
An indulgent trip to a country or a state with legal assisted suicide or euthanasia.
Party on my way out? Sort of a bachelor party?
Total bacchanalia, if that's what you want.
Hey, sounds great. If I can still enjoy it and maybe remember it. Hey, you'd be there. Just you, not my family. They can be there, of course, for the serious stuff. In fact, I'd prefer it. But one last party, I mean, you'd be my wingman?
Yes.
Great. Great. All right, let's talk fees. Oh, by the way, there's a friend of mine I think you might want to talk to. In fact, several of them.
All right, Mr. Bailey.
Oh, Sam, Alex, if you're going to be my wingman, it's got to be Lance.
Lance it is.
Gentlemen, I can honestly say I'm looking forward to it.
He didn't recognize us.
He probably sees like 21 apiece like us every day.
We need to find a reason to cancel. We could find another client. He's just gonna steal this like he did with the virtual studio.
Do you think it was an act? Industrial espionage?
What else was it?
Real. Maybe he isn't the one who rolled on our NDA.
And the board membership is coincidence?
I mean, he told us more than we told him. We were just nodding our heads. We're better with him than we are without. Plus, he's gonna introduce us to some of his friends.
I'm gonna regret this. I just don't know when.
You gonna go kayaking or what?
Okay. You with that?
In your wetsuit.
Base jumping.
Now that's not skydiving. That's different, man.
All right. Parachute and all that.
Oh yeah. You gotta deploy it yourself.
Bungee. Oh, I like that one. That's fun.
Go off bridge, go off cliffs,
Yeah.
over oceans and all. Pretty interesting.
Cave diving? Oh, guys, no. Sorry. Cave diving? No.
Alright.
Hang gliding? Yeah. Okay. Hang gliding. On the dunes, right? The dunes. Ooh, no, I'm sorry. Swim with sharks? That ain't gonna happen. Was that your idea? That's what I thought.
It was a little bit.
Okay, I thought so. All right.
Gotta test the waters.
Free climbing.
That's
Okay.
pretty interesting.
Mountain climbing. Lots of climbing.
Is that different from free climbing? No.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Yes,
Free climbing, there's no rope.
this is the idea. Oh, bull riding. There we go.
I'd rather run with him.
I got lots of tequila before this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hot air.
Hot air ballooning. Whew. Okay.
It's interesting. It's
All right.
calm. Good stuff.
Is that it?
Yep.
I'm dead. There we go. Really, guys? A helmet? I thought the point was to kick it.
Ops, man, I've been looking for you. What are you doing in here? We have the corner offices and the entire top floor.
Quiet in here, man. I can get more work done.
Whatever. I just thought you should know. Escrow just wired us a chunk of change.
Lance?
Yeah. Paid in full. Case closed.
What's your criteria, man?